Howdy friends, this is Mike. Since we've started to dip our toes into off-road and overland group trips, I've realized we should start to consider talking about some of the best practices for off-road group travel. We've had up to 13 vehicles in our convoys, and with that many vehicles, things can get fairly spread out, especially when dust is involved. This is not a problem generally, but can lead to some issues at times, so here are 5 best practices for traveling off-road in a group. Be self-sufficient. The first rule of self-sufficient off-road travel is knowing where you are and where you're going. I will always post some kind of GPS or waypoint or track for any all-terrain family group outing. If you go off-road in a group or alone, you should have a GPS device, and your phone is perfect. Gaia GPS is our navigation app of choice, but be sure to download the maps before you go. Bring your own food and water. Bring enough for the day for everyone in your vehicle. How much you need is up to you, but don't plan on someone else having anything left for you. Bring your own recovery gear. If you think you might need some, you should totally bring it. Bring your own tools. If something breaks on your vehicle, don't expect someone else to have metric sockets when their vehicle's imperial. Bring your own safety equipment. If you need something in particular, you should have it. Insulin, epinephrine, AED, who knows. Just don't rely on someone else to have a fully stocked trauma kit for you. We've got your back.
Off to the side. Ooh. Did I just say that? Don't listen to me.
This is the herd immunity of group off-road travel. We're all prepared, and we're all there to help. The first step to making sure you've got your friends back is to keep the vehicle behind you in sight. Even if that's just their headlights or dust plume, if you lose them, stop and wait. If you see something, say something. Don't assume that the driver with insanely low tire pressure has it that low on purpose. Never leave a participant alone unless they explicitly say they're leaving the group. Because we're all fully prepared, we have extras of everything. If you need something, ask.
No, he has no idea.
Maintain communication.
You may have to give a tug.
Even on short day trips around Reno or other urban areas in Nevada, you just can't count on cell phone signal. You should always have a secondary mode of communication to talk to the group. Most of us have CB radios in our vehicles. They work okay, and they're cheap and free to use. We usually use channel 4 unless otherwise specified. FRS radios are cheap and handy as well. These are the little colored radios you find at sporting goods stores. There are usually a couple of them floating around on our trips as well. We use channel 6 with the privacy code set to 0. If you're on channel 6 and can't hear anything, make sure your privacy is not set on 1. This will prevent uncoded transmissions from coming through to you. Rugged radios are another product that's becoming more popular. They're similar to FRS but only operate on a single channel. Several of us are also licensed amateur radio operators and carry either handheld or mobile radio units in our cars. These are really handy as their range is far greater than other options, and there are a lot more frequencies to use. They can also connect to the local amateur radio repeater network that reaches far into central Nevada. A mobile unit on a vehicle within line of sight of one of the repeaters could easily connect with a station back in Reno and get help or communicate with others. Stay put. This one is a classic rule of any kind of adventure travel, but in the group setting, know that if you get separated, we're coming back for you. We will not deviate from the route without notifying you. Proceed on the route if you can. If you break down, stay with your vehicle. Anytime there's a family or a group that breaks down and then gets rescued, the one found dead is always the one who tried to go for help by leaving the vehicle and hiking overland. Your vehicle is your shelter and the easiest thing for a rescue party to locate, so stay with it. Don't leave the group without notifying someone. If we don't hear from you, we will look for you. If you aren't there, then that puts the rest of us at risk. Be a good steward of the trail. We go out into the backcountry to experience the backcountry, not to leave our mark or bring the things back with us that drew us out there to begin with. To that end, here's what that means to us. Stay on the road. Don't make new ones. Respect private property. Leave gates the way you found them, and don't mess up private property. Also, heed the trespassing signs. Respect the wildlife. This includes our feral horses and burros. Look, but don't get too close. Respect cultural heritage sites like petroglyphs, ruins, and ghost towns. Generally, anything over 50 years is protected. Certainly any Native American cultural sites or artifacts should be viewed but not altered or removed. The lands we explore are public, but not necessarily present. I hope that there's still a middle of nowhere for us to take our grandkids to, and mining equipment for me to fall off for decades to come. Well, that's all I've got for now. These were just 5 things that we think about when we're out exploring with friends. Not the top 5 or the only 5. What else is important to consider when traveling in the backcountry with a convoy or solo? Let me know in the comments, and I hope to see you in the mountains. Check out our website for more info on how to join our adventure at allterrainfam.com. Happy trails.